3D sculptures printed using light, mouse kidneys grown inside a rat, and what the future of your Instagram likes has to do with climate change. Hi, I'm Kavya, Tech2's resident science junkie, and I'm here with this week's wrap of the biggest stories from the world of science. Did you know the month February gets its name from an ancient Roman purification ritual called February, which is a celebration of bathing, washing, and spring cleaning. And speaking of random knowledge, you've got to love the people at MIT. I'm sure you've heard of 3D printers. You know, the Tony Stark versions of regular office printers? Well, with the right ingredients, they can be used to assemble pretty much anything, from full-blown houses to jewelry to guns, even pizza. The cool geeks at MIT have now designed an entirely new process of printing using light and resin. The machine is called the Replicator, as an homage to Star Trek's magical materializing gadget. Speaking of which, have you guys checked out the latest season of Star Trek Discovery? Drop us a line in the comments because we'd love to know what you think about it. And now moving from resins to rats, humanity's favorite source material for all things medical discovery. Scientists have successfully used a handful of mouse stem cells to grow an entire mouse kidney in rats. The stem cells were transplanted into a whole new species than the one it came from. And 70% of these new kidneys both grew and worked perfectly. As of today, India alone is looking at a deficit of close to 1.8 lakh kidneys each year that fail due to all sorts of reasons. That was MIT's cue for yet another wicked new invention, an expandable pill that can diagnose pretty much anything that's wrong with your stomach. The pill swells up like a pufferfish in your stomach, sets up camp there for a month, and studies what's going right and wrong with it using tiny chips that are embedded in it. At its largest, it's the size of a ping pong ball and manages to do what doctors would otherwise need surgery or other invasive procedures for. And yes, this does need to be pooped out after a month, but that part sounds fairly doable. All it takes is a glass of calcium and that ball shrinks right back to a tiny little pill. Thankfully, that's something that'll never make it to your Insta feed. But your Instagram could sure get a lot more colorful over the next few decades, especially if you're a sucker for oceans and beaches. The blues and greens in oceans around the world are going to get a lot bluer and greener by the end of the century. It's because of tiny microscopic sea life called phytoplankton, which are going to grow like they're on steroids now that they're living in a slowly warming ocean. As tiny as they are, tracking them and the changes that affect them is important, because the amount of food all the phytoplankton in the world cook up feeds more living things than all the trees in the world put together. Right, so that's a wrap of the top stories from the world of science this week. And before I sign off, here's a big thank you to all you viewers for your love and support, because Tech2 just crossed 100,000 subscribers this week. So keep watching, keep liking and sharing, because we have a lot more from the world of science and tech coming your way on Tech2.